you busy?
Clay, I'm preparing something for you.
Oh, how exciting!
Yes, I'm planning to impress you. Let's see.
This is an amazing studio.
Come in.
Wow, look at these pieces. They're beautiful. You made these?
Yes, yes. Everything here is by my hands.
Oh my gosh, they're absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, right. Oh, look, there's more. Everywhere I look, there's just beautiful. I mean, these are Minoan, surely. they're beautiful. What are you doing here? You do art.
I'm preparing something for you. It's not a piece of art, but it will become something after I put it on the ancient Minoan wheel.
So you're an experimental reconstruction archaeologist?
Yes, somehow. I'm not an archaeologist, I'm a potter.
So tell me about what you're doing at the moment then, right from kind of bare materials upwards. How do you start?
To start with, we must put things, I think, in an order and start from natural clays. What I have realized that the Minoans used and from the evidence that I have, how we treat clays, how the ancient wheel is, how we make things on there, and this actually is something to be put on the wheel and be transformed to a base that I will use to fix some pots. When I talk about Minoan pottery, I point out the best pieces for me, because always in all societies, all through the ages, there were good and bad potters. Okay, so we point out the best of the Minoans. This is what I'm searching for.
Yeah.
It's not, for me, the value is not that something is ancient, but it is diachronical and it means something to me.
And for you, what is it that makes Minoan pottery particularly distinctive?
Sensitivity.
Sensitivity, what a lovely word.
Yeah. Because we'll do some examples here, and I want to make an experiment. I want to play it with people many times. So I could let you do something and then do some corrections to see how it is done by someone who doesn't care or doesn't know that much about the techniques. And afterwards, if you take care with sensitivity, as we say, how you transform it to something very special and very touching. First of all, see that. What is it?
A stone? Oh,
See?
wow!
Oh, it's not exactly a stone, it's clay, you see. Clay is a rock found in the countryside. There are different types of clays. You can see all those and more. The color and the properties depend on the inclusions that they have inside. Let's check something like this or like that, which is the typical Minoan clay certified by the Institute of Material Science in Athens, Democritus, as found mostly on Minoan vases.
Okay.
So starting from a rock, we need to make it plastic.
But I need to ask you too, in terms of all these different types of clay, is that Minoan clay, that greyish rock, is it rare? Is it?
It is very rare, and I'll show you. Can you touch this?
Ooh.
Have you heard of the Minoan egg shell cups?
Yeah.
Thin as the shell of an egg.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at that.
This is the clay that they were made of.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Yeah.
All of these can be used,
Yes,
but
yes.
in terms of coming up with this incredibly sort of thin and beautiful, high status, I suppose, object, you'd have to use this one.
Yes.
And its rarity means it's more valuable too.
Yes. And also my eyes shined when I saw that.
Yeah, I can
I
imagine.
could not stop myself by collecting it and doing my experiments.
Oh my goodness, I get it, okay. So
Okay.
different clays yield different results, which yield
and this
different
shows
objects.
the level of the technology of pottery by the Minoans.
The number of times I've looked at pots and been to museums and encountered them, this is the first time I've had someone explain to me that different types of clays, different colours, different materials yield completely different results. So thank you.
You're welcome. And then I hope I'll tell you more interesting things. So we try to turn it to dust.
Can I have a go at this? I want to
Yes,
see the
yes,
sort
of
of
course.
Okay, let's give it a go.
Okay.
Let's try this.
Do it.
Let's see how strong you need to be. Oh gosh, it takes quite a bit of physical strength,
No.
actually.
There are two ways now to make plastic clay out of that. One is to sieve it.
This is where you see I haven't smashed it nearly hard enough, have I?
No, it's okay. We'll do that here on the table. We can put some.
I like the authentic Minoan water
Yeah.
jug there. This is amazing. This for me is the sort of the magic, the alchemy of these sorts of objects. Is it they turn from solid to liquidy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you go.
I want to see this solid rock turn. Oh, this is starting to feel like clay now. This is it. Gosh, isn't that magic? You just take the stone, add simple water, and it's transforming. I'm making a mess. Okay, that's feeling like clay. That's
Okay.
amazing.
Make a little ball, something.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It works. So this can take any shape afterwards.
So that's what a proper
Yes,
potter
yes.
can do with clay. Not my normal.
We can do whatever we please with that. Okay. Something, a little animal, I don't know what it is.
Looks like a cat.
Yes. Big ears. Okay. So, as far as the clay is very plastic, which means very wet, when it gets dry it's hard, you can change shape whenever you wish. Excuse me. Where is it?
It's actually turning solid on my hands.
Yeah. So, let me explain to you what this is. This is a miniature model of tanks made at yards of pottery studios. It happened all through the ages. You can see that at traditional villages where they still make big pithoi or things like the Minoans, in Thrapsanon, Margaritas, etc. All old workshops have a small tank outside. This is for the clay to settle down and collect the thinner part from the top. We could also have these three tanks connected together, and you can see how this works.
And what sort of size would the originals be? I imagine massive to take
Yes, very
those
big
people.
ones,
Yeah.
very big ones.
But this is a mini one.
Yes, a mini one, but it works, I hope. So we put the clay inside there, and we open the tank. You see? Now the thinner part of the clay, because all the heavy materials settle down, will move to the next tank.
Okay.
And this will be done gradually until it reaches.
So it is like sieving, but
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Now you're
I
starting
put
to see the
more
clay come
water
through.
because
yeah.
I wanted to move to the next one.
Oh, wow.
Also. See?
Right, so it's sort of siphoning off the diluted clay. So
yes, and here we have the thinnest clay
at the bottom.
at the bottom. You know, as I told you, we need different types of clays to create different vessels.
Yeah.
For some vessels we need more coarse clay, we need medium coarse or very fine clay, like for the very thin ones. Okay. This is how we prepare the clay. After leaving the water evaporate, we collect the plastic clay, and as you did just some minutes ago, you can create whatever. Let's try to use the ancient wheel to see how it works.
So we know that this would have existed, because again it seems...
Yes, we know for sure that it existed, because I have archaeological evidence from BSA and Dr. Don Nivili, and this model was presented at an international congress of archaeologists in Rome in 2008.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what was found and why I did it like this. No, so let's try the wheel, and I must ask my helper, my son, Giorgo. Πούσε. Γιώργο.
Hi Yorgo, how are you?
Nice.
No, I'm very proud of him.
Yes.
You can understand why. Okay, so he'll help me with turning the wheel. You can see here that instead of nylon, I have put wet clothes so that the clay won't get dry. I need it to be quite soft.
And the Minoans would have used fabrics too.
Yes, they did
kind of
have
keep
clothes.
things moist, yeah.
In some cases they were naked, but not all of them.
Not all the time. That was just for fun.
Yes. Και θέλω και το σφουγγάρι. Το σφουγγάρι ήταν.
It's like a modern version of Master and Apprentice, Dad and Son, Dad and Lad.
Okay. So the first thing to do is let it stick there. And then we try the best possible. Ella.
Oh, that looks like hard work, turning that wheel. Gosh, it's like it's alive.
I'm trying to put it in the center and make it have the same thickness all around, otherwise I'll have a problem. Because I prepared it by hand, and it's not exactly the same thing, thick all around.
That's mesmerising, isn't it? And what's that tool doing then?
This is cleaning the clay at the base of the ceramic. And now he must always be synchronized with what I'm doing. So we need an assistant who is skilled in what he's doing. Otherwise, he will destroy our work. Sometimes the wheel must go faster and sometimes slower.
So it's like I suppose that you have to communicate with each other so closely.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, very good.
The shape is coming. What are you going to make it into?
A newer, perhaps.
Excellent. Oh, look at that. So elegant.
Let's keep it that way. So it will be like that. I get my donkey again. This can wait until it gets dry. I use the donkey's hair. Cut it from here, clean it, and take it. What's that?
Gosh, that's beautiful.
I believe that reinforcing the base of a handle not only gives strength to it for constant use, but it also helps the final image of the object. It makes it more delicate.
Gives it some fine curves. doesn't it?
Yes, and always you see that I turn it all around, always, and check everything with the contrast of the background, so that the curve goes harmoniously. They put eyes there.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you see
You've
that many
animated it.
times.
Yeah, it's become like a creature now. I love that.
Yes,
like with a little face and a mouth.
So, Nina, do you know what's the future? Are you a future teller?
No, I wish I had those skills. Sadly, no.
No. Okay, I will play the future teller about the pots because I control their future. So I have some security to say that. And this must dry up totally, be decorated, and then be fired. If it's not totally dry, what will happen to it? Do you know?
Will it explode? Oh dear. Oh dear.
It will become like
dust.
Instructions. You dip all of the front of the paintbrush, the hair, in the slip, and just make the top very sharp so that you can draw very thin lines. Okay, hold the ceramic, it's upside down, it's better if you hold it. If you press the paintbrush a lot, it's fatter, and if you leave it, it's thinner. How you have, with one move, a line like that. I try to make a move without stopping, having some speed that would give life to it. Something like boom.
Beautiful.
See?
Gonna have a go at doing these Minoan reeds. See if I can get some movement into it. That's what I'm most worried about, the confidence of line. So I'll apply the heavier pressure to give a thicker line, and then a sweep.
Yes, quick move. Let me see from here. It's not bad.
It's not bad. I've got to get my confidence
Try
up.
to make it thinner in the end.
Thinner at the end. Okay. Okay. Bit better, but still not. They're still too fat around the bottom.
And if you notice, not all of them are exactly the same fat. Some are thinner, some are fatter.
Yeah,
and
mine are just getting fatter.
This gives the impression of 3 dimensions.
Yeah. Oh, that's better. I think I'm getting the angle now. That's better. I mean, I've made a mess of it, but that's...
The first 20 years are difficult.
Yeah!
But you're still young.
Yeah, gotta learn. Okay, I'll keep going for 20 years. I'll keep going for 20 years. Here we
My
go.
offer still remains. You can stay here for a month and you'll be an expert.
I doubt it. I doubt. Oh dear, she's gone completely off the edge. Oh no! It's about the commitment to the stroke, isn't it? Okay, I'm getting happier. I'm getting happier.
Okay.
It's getting better. At this stage, yeah, I think I definitely make it as a Minoan pot painter. Now I'm getting better. Look, I mean, basically, I found my calling.
Yes,
this is
yes,
it.
yes.
My original ones are awful.
It's not only, I'm not doing it only for them, but for me it's very interesting. It's a challenge, like being a detective trying to find out who committed the crime, how it was done, and collecting all the evidence. You know, sometimes I have faced some techniques that seem almost impossible to happen.
Wow.
But there are some details that save the situation. And I must find out what. I love what you've done. Yes.
Thank you. I mean, it's just an entirely chunkier version of your delicate strokes. But I'm not dissatisfied with it. It's my own interpretation.
It is nice. It is nice. You have something to say.
Yeah, it's writing. Slightly abstract.
Περίμενε. Στο πίσω.
Okay, that's it. What does it say here? Nina and Vassilis. Vassilis did the pot, Nina did the paint. Nina must be very proud of her work. Yes?